Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a third example of our 3 equations and 3 unknowns. This time it's a little bit more challenging. I've got a little bit more difficult coefficients. So looking at my coefficients, I've got x's that look like they'll cancel pretty nicely. Y's wouldn't be too bad. Ooh, z's, look. We've got 2 4s and a -2. These ones are already the same, so I could just multiply one of them by -1 and cancel. And this one, if I multiply by 2, will cancel with either one of those. So I'm going to set up my victim to be z this time, since we did x last time. So my victim is going to be z, and my weapon, either one of these would work. Let's use equation 2 as my weapon. So that means I'm going to be, both times down here, I'm going to use equation 2 in the system. So first let's do equation 1 and 2. So in order for equation 1 to cancel this 4z, what will I need to do to it? Well, this is a +4, -2. So what do I need to make cancel a +4? A -4. So how can I make a -2 become a -4? That's right, if I multiply it by 2. I'm going to multiply all these coefficients by 2. So -4x minus 12y minus 4z equals, that's still 0. Double check my math. Yep, okay. So -4x minus 12y plus 4z equals -8. And remember, the whole reason that we're doing this is to go from 3 equations to cancel one variable to get down to an equation with only 2 unknowns instead of having 3 variables. So I'm going to use my different colors because, whoops, I am creating equation 4 here. Equation 4. And my x's, notice these don't cancel, they have the same sign, so we combine them. Same thing here, minus 24y. My z's do cancel because they have opposite signs, equals -8. So that's equation 4. Then I'm going to keep with this trend and use equation 2. Again, -4x minus 12y plus 4z equals -8. And this time I'm going to use equation 3 because I've already used equation 1 with equation 2, so I can't use equation 1 again. I have to use equation 3. So if I look at this, my z's are the same. So in order to cancel, I'm going to need to multiply my equation 3 by -1. So everything will be opposite. So that makes it +x, +3y, -4z, and +5. So now I'm going to make equation 5, again getting down to only 2 unknowns. So this makes it -3x, -9y, those cancel, and I've got -3. Now I've got equation 4 and 5 with only 2 unknowns. Looking at this, I've got 8 and 3 and 9 and 24. There's no easy way to make either one of those become each other, so I'm going to pick, like 9 doesn't multiply by anything to get 24, 3 doesn't multiply by anything to get 8. So I'm going to pick the smaller set of numbers, the 3 and 8, and just multiply them by each other. So equation 4, I'm going to multiply by 3, and equation 5, I am going to multiply by 8. Now notice both of those are negative, so I need to pick one of these to be negative. It really doesn't matter which, so I'll make the bottom one, equation 5, be negative. So -8 times 3 is -24x, -24 times 3 is -72y, and -8 times 3 is -24. Now in equation 5, I've got -3 times -8, so +24x, -9 times -8, so +72y, and -3 times -8, which gives me +24. Notice what happened. Look at this. We've got -24 plus 24, -72 plus 72, -24 plus 24. What happens? Those give me 0, this gives me 0, and this gives me 0, because they're all opposites. So note what happened. Do I have any variables left? So since I don't have any variables left, this can either be infinite number of solutions or no solution. But since it is the same number equals the same number, because 0 is the same as 0, do you remember which one it is? Hopefully you remember that it is an infinite number of solutions anytime that the number is the same. So infinite number of solutions. What that means is that all of these three equations are going to be the same. They're going to make the same plane. And on the next video I'll show you what I mean by plane.